Bulgaria, and we're heading to the Bansko.
Skiing at Bansko, one of the best ski resorts in the Balkans and in all of Eastern Europe, and all of Europe in general, considering how affordable this ski resort is.
Welcome to Europe, land of abundance. And prepare to go to Agartha next. After I take a swig of this. Oh, that's good. This is real fucking raw milk. None of that shit we have.
Good morning. Day 2 on the slopes. Coming soon. I'm excited, and I'm gonna ride from the top all the way down, get some footage of me and Jake. Stay tuned.
When all of your flaws and all of my flaws are laid out one by one, the wonderful part of the mess that we made, we pick ourselves undone.
Sending.
All of your flaws and
Sending
all of
it
my
down.
flaws, they lie there hand in hand. Ones we've inherited, ones that we learned, they pass from man to man. There's a hole in my soul.
Look at Jake's form. You see how he's tilting his edge towards the upward face of the mountain to control his speed. He's a very quick learner, and he applies that principle very well. And that's why his form looks so good. Look at that, gliding side to side. I do the same, I tilt the edge towards the upward face of the mountain.
Dig them out, so nothing's left undone.
What's up, guys? Just finished an epic first day at Bansko. So, something intensely powerful paired with sin, right? The potential for the right hand or left hand path from a place of supreme power and potential, right? This is a central part of the human story throughout history. It's like a timeless truth, and it still exists, right, in its principality, right, in its complete form, in every moment, right, in politics and religion, just in every form of kind of life on earth right now, right? It's the potential for good and evil, right? And this is the original sin, when something very powerful goes on the left-hand path, right? And that's where a Nephilim is created, right? It's the offspring of an angel, right? And the chaotic kind of carnal sin that it divulges into onto man, upon the earth. And that is where the mind control is steering you. It's showing you something very powerful and captivating, and it's steering you towards the same direction of the original sin, which is the fall of man, which is lust and the greatest pride and all the other sins. So keep that in mind, right? And don't be distracted by that power, that is distorted. Take that power, rather, and if you are a good person with good intentions, right, to be healthy and to promote love and the God consciousness, that heavenly frequency, take that power and use that to be a giver, to be a steward of the land, of your community, right?
Not for vice,
be a leader.
for virtue.
Yes, exactly. Not for vice, but for virtue.
Where from?
Hawaii.
Yeah.
USA.
USA.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, sir.
Very good, my place. Old Tower Trust. 1,800. Да? След дирека, там долу, вляво ще го видите.
Bulgarian Santa.
Believe Santa Claus is very good, brother. And Santa Claus give present Rakika.
Ah, and this presents.
Very, very good. Go. Yeah, my place.
Over there?
Yeah.
Is it a restaurant?
And Santa Claus give present.
Oh, thank you.
Go, brother. Go.
Well, we come with girl. We got girls over there.
We're meeting up
How
with
many?
some girls.
3, 4,
How many?
3 girl, 2 boy.
Ah,
Yeah.
very good.
We go later.
Yeah.
We see you later.
Thank
See you
you.
later.
Thank you. Just met Bulgarian Santa. What a novelty interaction. People just really are dedicated to their craft out here.
Yeah, just constantly advertising. Good to see. Look at how cute these taverns that we just. Absolutely incredible. It's like winter. This is a winter wonderland. And the snow bunnies are out.
Yes.
They're out in force.
The Japanese snow bunnies, the rare Pokemon.
Yeah, that's a shiny right there, my friend.
Oh, look at this record shop.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Nice tavern. We're living life.
These guys on this gondola on the way up to the Bansko while we were skiing and stuff. And they were talking about how England is a lost cause. They don't think it's worth fighting for anymore. They would rather move or do something else. But because the demographics of England has changed so much, they think it's worthless now. And they'll just go to Dubai instead. But I was saying how the white man have the capability to take back their countries. We've seen history, right? We've seen the history of the English civilization. We know that they can conquer easily. We know that they can do whatever they set their minds to, but they won't. And you were going to go on about the differences between ancient or old times and now.
And leading into just an idea, a thought that about why that is. Why people don't do something about the state of tyranny that they're in, that their country is in, right? If they're capable, genuinely, if you have an intelligent population, like a competent, intelligent, capable population, why don't they do something about all this corruption, all this chaos in their homeland, in their home?
Girls being raped en masse, people getting stabbed on the streets daily. It's insane. It's an invasion. It's literally just an invasion.
Yes. So why won't people do something about it? How can they not? And if we think about, in the past, about, these European populations conquering the world, it makes you wonder, why don't they just stand up in their own country, right, and do something about that? But the difference between the times we live in now and times of old is that all the land that these European populations occupy are heavily controlled in a way that the world has never seen before. You have a level of subjugation that puts people into a hamster cage where they're running on their wheel. In times of old, you have nomadic steppe peoples that roam lands freely without observation or subjugation by anyone or anything else. And that way, whenever there's an encounter of a different presence of any kind, it is met honestly and wholeheartedly, both, in a good way or in a defensive way to protect your family. Now, we're kept in this melting pot soup, in this hamster cage, and they keep dropping the brown hamsters in, right?
Can I say something?
But we just are kept in this society, and we're kept docile, and we're forced into a slave mindset, right? Under the false presumption that all of this diversity and all of the things that are happening are to protect you and to keep you safe. But it really just keeps you in line. It really only keeps you down.
Dissonance. Noam Chomsky talks about this in his famous book called The Power of the People. When any form of dissidence is a reaction to it, when the system immediately tries to suppress that, then it's just a miasma of fear that blankets the entire country, and no one can do anything. In England, if you make a social media post about how the immigrants fucking suck and how they're literally raping kids en masse, 100,000 per year, if not a little bit more, then you will be put in jail for that social media post. Any form of dissidence you take will result in a horrific consequence, which is why the tyranny in England has been enabled so horrifically. But they just need to find the balls and unite and stand up and get rid of their government. That's the only way they can survive.
Yeah, they need to wake up and they need to realize that they're being enslaved en masse. Not just, physically, right? Where you're seeing these, this slavedom just happening, in its physical manifestation, but also heavily mentally and spiritually. And, in times of old, you have populations, highly conscious and capable and willing to protect their family at all costs. And, people are more nomadic. You don't have just this mass kind of centrally controlled society, right? That operates on engineered kind of social norms and values and obligations. Back then, people did what was right. People had a relationship with God that defined their moral action and their moral duty to protect their family. Now, there's a barrier between you and God, and that is the globalist system that is hell-bent on putting you down and hell-bent on making themselves your God and having the mass population forget and not even know what God is and only know the system of limitation that they live in. So it's going to take a complete spiritual awakening and uprising to go above that ceiling forced upon you and to go back to the relationship between you and the divine forces of nature and the true God, and not some pedophile who's sitting overlooking his
Dominion.
his dominion.
Yeah, so just stand up, find the courage to say no to tyranny, to your kids being fucked, to your woman being raped, to your money, your finances being sucked out of you. These guys are vampires. We need to find the courage to fight back.
Yes, do your part now.